Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto Coffee Club. I'm doing this video today because I've seen what I believe are huge buy signals in the long-term time frames. I know there's been a lot of negative sentiment around Bitcoin recently, and maybe rightly so because price action has been somewhat scary, but it's times like this when I like to zoom out and look at the longer term time frames to give me an idea of what's due to happen next. So this is the weekly time frame on Bitcoin US dollar. And you can see down here in Market Cipher View, we have a weekly momentum wave below the zero line coming down here. Now, if we have a positive weekly close this week and maybe next week, it could be the fact that we see this momentum wave start to curve back upwards. Now, why is this significant? Well, this happens very infrequently. So if we look back to the last time this happened, before this, it brings us down here to this weekly momentum wave. So we saw the wave curve up to the upside on this candle here. And there's a few interesting things that happened as well. So price at this candle close was $63.5 thousand. So what an incredible time to be getting into Bitcoin. However, price didn't immediately jump up after this. We actually had a little bit more time for a couple of weeks here. While price tested this 20 MA line, it came up above it, just touched it, came below it a couple of times, and then it made a clear breakaway from the 20 MA line on this candle here. And if you'd waited for all that to play out, you'd still have gotten it $69,000. And from then, we went all the way up to all-time highs of over $100,000. Now, let's look back at the time before that. Again, this happens so rarely. We have this momentum wave down here on the weekly. It curved to the upside. Again, you can see here is when it confirmed bullish and was going upwards. And that was on this candle here. Now, again, you had time to wait for a couple of weeks on these candles here. So you could wait for the weekly close to be clearly above the 20 MA line as it was in this candle. You could even have waited for the weekly momentum wave to cross above the zero line as it did here, which also coincided with the following candle clearly above that 20 MA line. So if you waited for either of these events after for those additional confirmations, you have a price entry here of just under $30,000 and here of $34,500, and price from these levels continued all the way up to this high here of $73,000+. So these are really significant events, and looking at one time previous to that again, the last time we had this weekly candle curve up above the zero line, price was down all the way down here at $20,000. So these are rare events, and when they play out, they signify really significant price action towards the upside. Not immediately, like I say, we could see some downside, but personally, this is something I'm looking at with great importance. I'm even considering starting to put in some low leverage long-term plays, maybe 1 or 2 or 3x leverage max, to really capitalize on what I believe will be a significant move to the upside in the coming weeks. Now, it's always hard to find those perfect entries, but to do that, we could zoom down into the shorter term time frames like the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, using the Stonksy indicator to help find those perfect entries. But yeah, I thought I'd share this all with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on where you guys think the market is going. Do any of you guys look at the weekly time frame at all? If there's any other tokens you'd like me to look at, please let me know. And if you'd like to support the channel, please do use the links below. It makes me able to continue to upload these videos more often. Thank you everybody for watching Crypto Coffee Club.